Okay, we're back. Back, let's go. So we're going to talk about a lot of things today. Welcome back, welcome back. There are two things I want to talk about today that are current, that are going on. I want to talk about Senator Graham that passed away. And it just goes to show you guys the importance of exercise and working out and staying fit. And then I'm going to talk about Argentina. Got a World Cup going on and all that stuff. So we're going to chit chat about that for a little bit. And then I'm going to do our workout. So get ready. It's going to be fun. I'm trying to see if I could put some light here. I don't know how this is gonna look. Yeah, okay. So yeah, we're going to talk about Senator Graham. May he rest in peace. He passed away recently on the 11th or so. And this goes to show you guys the importance of exercise and good health. Now, clearly, he had a bad head. He had a bad heart. In terms of the physical heart that he has, I'm not saying he's a bad person. So basically, when you have a clogged, artery in your heart, if you do anything that is too strenuous, okay, your blood pressure could go up and it could burst that artery because of the clog, because the pressure is pushing against the wall of the blood vessel in the heart, the arteries in the heart, and if you can't sustain that pressure, it ruptures and you just bleed out and die. And then again, if you're under a lot of stress, you're not moving around, you're not exercising, the blood is not flowing, the heart is going to be overworking, trying to pump the blood around the body. Because the legs are also part of the heart. People don't understand this. Your legs, especially your calf, that's why the stronger your legs are, the better your heart is, and the more likely you are to live long. The muscles in your legs help pump the blood from the ground, from your feet, against gravity up to the heart. All those muscles squeezing and contracting, they help pump the blood as you're moving, as you're walking. You're helping the heart, make it easier on the heart. But guess what? When you're sitting down in an airplane for a long time, and you're very old, and you have a clogged heart artery, that's not good for your heart. Your legs and your muscles are not helping pump the blood up, and so your heart is overworking. And all that stress, can affect the heart. Before you know it, boom, an explosion in the heart. So that's why being fit, exercising regularly, all those things help as far as your heart goes. And tell you what, if you look at people who run marathon a lot, who run a lot, and obviously it's a drawback from running a lot because it affects your knees and the hips. But let's just say someone who does a lot of cardio, right? Their resting heart rate, like when they're sitting down watching TV or when they're just lying down in bed, could be down to like 30 or 40 beats per minute. That is super low. For most people, it's like 60, 70. For people who have high blood pressure or hypertension, it could be like 90, 100, whatever. But because they're so used to running, and their legs are so used to helping pump the blood, when they are resting, it just flows so easily because the body is just so clean, the vessels are so clean and healthy. The heart doesn't have to do much work to pump the blood because the vessels are clean, open, just like a pump, a tap. The pipes are clean, you don't have any clogged or difficulty pushing fluids through. when your heart is clogged, there's going to be so much pressure. It's almost like, think of like a bag of water. If you put a pinhole in there, it's going to be shooting out very high, right? Because there's not enough space for things to go out. So if your heart vessel is clogged and not enough space for things to go out, it's going to have a high pressure. Or if it's a bigger hole, it's open, it's just going to spill out. It's not going to shoot up, it's just going to spill out. So when your heart is clogged, high pressure. And when your heart is not pumping, explosion. So you gotta stay fit, exercise a lot. The thing about exercise is that we don't see the benefits early. Sometimes it takes a long time before we see the benefits. And because of that, people just like give up on it. So, but if we are constantly seeing the effects, we'll appreciate it more. So we work out exercise regularly to stay healthy, stay fit, so that as you get older, then we'll have those heart problems and stuff. Obesity, overweight, heart problems, and all that stuff comes from not exercising when you were younger. Also, let's get at it. Today we're going to start off with our usual hip exercise, hip warm-ups. I'm not going to stretch all the way out. I'm going to, just bend at the knees and rotate clockwise and counterclockwise, okay? That's how we're going to do it today. And then afterwards, so let's start. And then afterwards, I'm going to talk about Argentina. I got a real beef with Argentina, okay? Now, if you can't do what I'm doing here, remember you can hold on to something, the wall, a chair, on the opposite leg, the hand of the opposite leg, and do the same thing. It looks easy, but it's not as easy as it looks if you're not used to doing it, standing in one place. And remember, not only is this about flexibility, you're also strengthening your hip flexors, aligning your hips with your back, your spine, helps your balance, eliminates lower back pain, all that stuff, all that good stuff. So now we go counterclockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go to the other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And go clockwise. 1, loosen up your hips, strengthen your flexors, okay? Align your hips with your back and your spine, which eliminates back pain, right? All that good stuff. 1 more, 2 more, and the last one. 3. And so like I said, I got a beef with Argentina. We're going to talk about that. And what exactly am I talking about? We got a World Cup going on. And one thing I don't like is ignorance. Okay, what am I talking about? Sometimes I walk around and I see black folks who don't know what's going on in this world wearing the Argentina team jersey. And I'm like, why are you wearing the Argentina team jersey? These folks don't even understand the record of Argentina. That's not like what they've done in this world. Tell you what, there was a time when the total population of Argentina was 15% African American, no African, black, 50%, right? 1-5. Today, guess what the population of blacks in America is in Argentina? I bet you won't believe it. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Argentina went from 15% black to 0.5% black within a century. They wiped out the black population. It's a very racist country. It's been that way since the time of independence. They systematically killed the black folks in there. And you don't see a lot of black players playing for Argentina, especially from a continent where they had a lot of black folks who were there as slaves before their independence. If you look at countries like Ecuador, Colombia, Brazil, Panama, Costa Rica, you don't get a lot of black folks in there. Argentina, you don't see. And that's because of the history and the culture. And every time there's a problem as far as racism with Argentina, there are either there are players from Argentina playing the club level or the national team. They're always saying nasty things about monkeys, calling some black players monkeys or whatever. That's all nasty and racist. And the funny thing there is that research has shown that actually people who are white actually have Neanderthal DNA compared to people of African descent who don't have any of that. So it's funny that they're even saying monkey because whites are actually closer to, apes than Africans. So it's just kind of like funny. If you don't know that, that's just something you should know. For Argentina, after the Second World War, they actually allowed, even during the Second World War, they actually allowed a lot of Nazis and fascists from Italy and Nazis from Germany to immigrate to Argentina for protection. So it has a very, very racist culture for centuries, and you can see a lot of that in their football team composure. So when I see a black person in America wearing an Argentina jersey, I'm just like, are you kidding me? Are you that ignorant? I don't know what's going on. I don't care what I like Messi. I know Messi's a great player. That's fact. But that doesn't mean that should override your morals and understanding the history of what this country is about. Supporting a country that hates people like you. And you gotta use your sense. So please, if you're black, try not to go around wearing Argentina jersey. It doesn't make sense. Okay? All right. Let's do our first set of push-ups. No weights attached, just plain push-ups. Let's go. I'm gonna do quick 20. All right? All right, so that's 20. So next, I'm gonna attach some weights to my leg. Make things a little bit tough, right? And then we go from there. What's up, everybody? Let's have a good time working out. You work out when you're young, you're going to be happy when you have to get older. You're going to be stronger, healthier, and live longer. You want to live, not only want to live long, you want to live long and healthy, man. You want to live long and healthy. That's the main thing. So, no health problems. You don't want the doctor appointments to be what you look forward to doing every week. I'm gonna be going to different places, hanging out with family, friends, you know. So yeah, let's go. And I attach all these weights, you know. You probably should know now that it makes the workout harder, but also the workouts I'll do, you know, just body weights, they don't help me build enough muscle. Like if I really want to build muscle, I go to the gym and lift heavy, right? If I want to lose weight, do a lot more reps, a lot more cardio workout. What I'm doing here is not so much about building muscle or losing weight. It's sort of in between. It's like a maintenance. I'm maintaining my health, my strength, my flexibility, agility, all that stuff. But to ensure that I'm also like not losing muscle mass, I use these weights. They don't help me build a lot of muscle, but they allow me to not lose my muscle mass by allowing the weight to make it a little bit harder. So that's what we're doing here, attaching these weights, make it a little harder, be more interesting and stuff, okay? So we're gonna do the same hip rotation workout with the weights attached to my leg. I got, trying to remember, I think these are 40 pounds each, 10 pounds each, 10 pounds each. All right, so that's 20 pounds, both legs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And these weights, they basically make it a little bit more interesting. Just trying to figure out a balance when you have something attached to your legs. It gives my brain something to figure out. This allows me to also strengthen my hip flexors. If you're a soccer player and you want to strengthen your, look at a World Cup, a lot of players are not able to hit a very, very hard shot. They're not that good doing it. If you do stuff like this, you strengthen your legs, your hip flexors, so that you can actually hit a very, very hard shot. And that's one thing I'm really good at. When I was playing soccer, football, I was so good that I could actually rupture a ball by hitting it so hard when I shoot a shot. You kick the ball and it just explodes. I've done that several times. It's because of the power I could generate from my legs. You know, so that hip power comes from stuff like this. Okay? Besides just having a natural strength and strong bones, this also helps. Oh, all right. Oh. Just like reverse planking, suspending my leg, 20 pounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Ooh. And now I'm gonna do some dips, 20 dips. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. All right. Next, we're gonna do some sit-ups. Okay. And hi to everybody. Okay. Perfected, Robert, Yusuf, all you guys. Hi to everybody in the chat. Okay. So we're gonna do some sit-ups next. Yeah, working on these abs. All right, let's see these beautiful abs. Gotta keep these abs in shape. Keep them tight. And remember, your abs supremely linked to your overall health. The flaw in abs, obviously no obesity. You're less likely to have diabetes if you get abs. You're less likely to have hypertension. You're less likely to develop cancers. You know, and that's assuming you have other healthy behaviors, you're not smoking, whatever, drinking excess, all that stuff. So having low abs kind of give us a quick glance on your health as far as lifestyle diseases go, diabetes, obesity, cancer, high blood pressure, all that stuff. So, and only about what? 3% of the world have visible abs. So work on it anytime you get a chance. Let's go. Do 20 sit-ups. All right. Let's go from flat feet. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6. Now let's keep moving back, scooting back. With each rep, I'm scooting back. So that's how you get that. So my leg exercises. Are in. Now I'm gonna put on a vest, 20-pound vest. And I'm gonna do my push-ups with this next. Make my push-ups super hard. Okay. If you don't have this, you get one of these at home. your home workout. Makes everything a little bit harder, more intense. Allows it to build more muscle because it's hard to build muscle with just body weight. You can, but it's not going to be as much. So this helps. We're going to try to go for 20. All right? 20 push-ups. Clean push-ups. I always do clean push-ups. I raise my legs. Have my vest on super hard. The intensity is, 3 times harder than just doing a flat push-up with no weight. So try to do 20. Let's go. All right, that's 20 straight. Next, we're gonna do 20 sit-ups straight. Okay, 20 dips. Sorry. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 17, 20. Oh. There you go. Like I was saying, woo. Stay healthy when you're young. Exercise when you're young so when you get older, your heart is clean, your heart is clear. And someone like Lindsey Graham, if you look at him, you know he's not a guy that exercised a lot from the way he looked. And that's why his heart gave away. So let's all try to, stay in shape so we're healthy as we get older. All right? I'm gonna go for 10. This makes it hard to breathe. Because squeezing my chest, 20 pounds just crushing my chest. So when you're using it, just remember that. You might find it harder to breathe. All right? We go for 10. Clean push-ups. Whew. Clean push-ups only, that's all we do here. And you can't cheat with your legs raised. I don't care how you try to fake it. You can't just raise your head, you gotta push all the way up every time. 10 more dips. One, 5, 10. Now remember, this exercise is not so much for muscle building, but more for muscle maintenance. And I'm adding this weight to really make sure I maintain my muscles. Because all these push-ups and stuff, they sort of tone your body up, tighten things up. They don't necessarily make you bigger or stronger. Just maintain your fitness. You can also lose a little bit of weight, but you gotta do a lot more reps to make it a cardio for it to make you lose weight. I'm not trying to lose weight. And I know I can't get much muscle with this. So for at-home workout, just for maintenance. Okay? That's all this is about. Like and sub, please, like and sub. I appreciate it. We do some sit-ups. Try this out. I'm not sure how well I can do sit-ups with my vest on. I'm gonna give it a shot and see if it works out well. I'll try doing sit-ups if I put on the vest. Let's see how it goes. Oof. And it's a lot harder because I'm lifting more weight. All right. All right, 10 more push-ups, 10 more dips. That's what we're doing here. 10 for 10. 10 more push-ups, 10 more dips. And then after that, I'm gonna take off the vest and keep going. All right. Ten for 10. Stay with me now. Stay with me. And the cool thing about these weights is that when I take them off, I just feel relieved. I just feel so light even taking these off. So it helps boost me a little bit, strengthens me. All right, 10 more push-ups, 10 more dips. Let's go. All right, 10. Woo. All right, 10 more dips. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! Oh. Woo. I'm done with the vest. Done with the weights. Whew. So now we're gonna do some push-ups without the vest, without the weight. The vest needed harder. Now I don't have the vest. I can go a little bit longer, all right? So that's what we're gonna do. Keep pushing, all right? All right, so let's go. I'm gonna try to do 20 straight push-ups with no vest. All right, 20 straight. No vest, legs raised. All right, let's go. Twelve, 14, 16, 18, 2 more. Woo, look at that. 20 more dips. I'm gonna call it. All right. 20 more dips. All right, let's go. 20 more dips. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, 17. Woo! So that's it for me today. Nice little workout. Find time to do your own workout. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay fit. So as you get older, you're staying healthy and old, not sick and old. Remember that. See you guys next one. Time to clean up. Let's go. Woo. Oh, baby. Okay. Last one. That's good enough. Whew. Ah. Okay. Whew. Very good, baby. Adios, muchachos. See you guys next time. Stay healthy, my friends. Stay very healthy.